so many solo run themes, and I'm gonna get Pyro, and then.
Yo! Yes! 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 Let's go! Yes, go! It hit 2K!
I'm gonna refresh your page.
Hello people of the internet, I am Dusty Wolfie, and welcome back to another video. We just hit 2,000 subscribers. God, I never thought I'd get this far. I don't even remember what I last said in my 1,000 subscriber video. Was that a year ago? Was that over a year ago? Exactly a year ago. I can't remember. But we hit 2,000 subs, which is insane to me. 2,000 people have subscribed to my channel. That is fucking mental. That is incredibly fucking mental to me. And just before we start the Q&A, I just want to really give my sincerest thank yous, because going into this YouTube thing, I really did not know what I was doing. I thought I knew a lot, but really I didn't, and I gained a lot of experience in that time. There's been good moments, and there's been certainly there are bad moments, but I think overall, I think this is an experience. I think that this whole YouTube thing is it's probably the best thing I've ever done. Really, I've met so many wonderful people through YouTube, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So, in order to show my appreciation for 2,000 subscribers, I decided to hold my very first Q&A. Most of these are going to be from my Discord server, so if you want to jump on my Discord server, then link is down in the description if you want to hang out with really cool people. Okay, anyways, with the first question asked by Yugi, what made you start the YouTube? I grew up watching a lot of YouTubers. A lot of YouTubers back in the day I really liked watching. Like Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, DanTDM, Popular MMOs. A lot of these people I watched a shit ton of back in the day. I don't know, I idolized YouTubers a lot. I personally did not have like any idols such as like celebrities or like any people considered like heroes or historical figures. I considered most of my idols YouTubers back in the day because, you know, I really liked what they did. They seemed to have a lot of fun doing it, and I had a lot of fun watching them, and I wanted to give people some experience. I would self-commentate myself doing anything, like playing video games, because I wanted to be like them. I would just sit there by myself and I'll do things in the game, and I'll just self-commentate myself. No recording, no nothing. I would just sit there and just talk to myself and pretend that I had an audience. Well, when I put it like that, it sounds depressing, but I legitimately really wanted to be like YouTubers, and I wanted to make people happy. And now I'm sitting right here, and I'm doing this for a hobby now, which is insane to me, because I don't get anything. Like, my videos aren't monetized. I don't get anything from making these videos. No money, no nothing. But what I do get is an incredible community, and I really appreciate that. And I just want to thank you all guys so much again. But I, started YouTube because I idolized YouTubers and I want to be like them. How long do you plan on doing YouTube? As long as people watch. I've started thinking about things that would lead me to quit YouTube, and there isn't really a whole lot. But I'd say the main reason, if I ever were to quit YouTube, I would say it was just if people just stop watching. If people just stop watching and I lose my audience, then I probably will. As of right now, that doesn't seem likely to happen, though never can be too optimistic. But hey, but not to be a bit of a downer, I'm just going to say, as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep making videos. That's our agreement. What's your favorite letter of the alphabet? My favorite letter of the alphabet is P, because P, Chad or Virgin Dusty. No, there is no Virgin Dusty. There is, though, a Virgin Trey. Then there is the Chad Dusty. Do you think you can play Among Us with subs? That would not be a bad idea. I definitely want to be a bit more interactive with my subscribers and my community a lot more. Playing Among Us with subscribers isn't a bad idea. That'd be a pretty cool. That would be a pretty cool video idea in the future, and I'll keep that in mind. So, how did you come up with your Fursona, and why did you join the furry fandom? Oh, this is going to be a lengthy question, or lengthy answer rather. Oh God, where should I start? I guess I'll start on my perception on furries. I never ever really hated furries. I just mainly saw furries as cringy. I never hated them. Alright? I called them cringe, but I would never give them the stereotypical, anti-fur comments such as ha dog fucker, or ha hunting season, million IQ comedy genius jokes. I would not really say those kind of jokes, and I was often kind of disgusted with people who would say that kind of jokes. I always did have a soft spot for the community. I just never really wanted to admit it. I saw them as cringy, and that was that. I never hated them. I never disliked them. I just let them do their thing, and I would cringe at them when they stepped too far outside what I thought was acceptable for them, even though I wasn't in the fandom. That all changed when I discovered Changed. I know, ironic. Changed actually got me kind of a lot more curious about the fandom, because it was a game I actually did like a lot, and I played it on stream, and that's how I met Nara. And I grew an incredible interest. I still thought it was cringy, but deep down, I knew that this was something I'm into. The furry fandom was something I'm into. So, I had a slow transition throughout the course of 2018, and finally, around December 2018, I became a full-on furry. And a proud one at that, too, because I really liked the fandom, and the fandom had a lot that looked, promising to me. I knew I had to create a persona, but here's the issue. I wasn't really sure on how to really make one. Here is the very first art I've ever done of Dusty, the day after I became a furry. I know, looking at this image is kind of weird to me, but, I have considered making a new Sona sometime in the future, but as for right now, I'm perfectly fine with Dusty. How do I feel about the 360 stream? Not quite sure what you're talking about, but I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure 100% on what you're talking about. What were the greatest accomplishments you did to be here this far? Really, all I really did was just make videos I wanted to make. Do anything groundbreaking. Anything I did do groundbreaking really did not affect the success of my YouTube channel at all. It was mainly, Perfect World is what I'd say would probably be one of my most great accomplishments. A game that I created and designed pretty much all myself, and is another dream I had besides being a YouTuber. It's being a game dev. And now that I've pretty much done both of those things, I'd say I'm quite proud of myself. I'm quite proud of myself for being a YouTuber and also being a game dev at the same time. Also, download Perfect World today. Now you can get it on itch.io, and if you get it right now, you'll be a really cool gamer. And and you'll get like really swag gamer points. What type of content you like to do in the future? The content I like to do in the future is the content I'm like to do now. A big thing I always wanted to do was to just play games with friends, and now my channel has kind of I'd say my channel has kind of expanded to where it's not just me anymore. That doesn't mean solo content's gone. I will still be doing solo content. But I'd say my channel has kind of shifted away from solo content to just playing games with friends and doing stuff with friends. You know, solo content is still there. I will, you know, the Minecraft. I really need to film another episode of Minecraft, but there's so many video ideas I'm having that I can never get around to making another Minecraft hardcore episode. Been neglecting to a lot, actually. So really need to get on that very soon. You know, doing solo content for so long really drains your energy. It does, but when you have friends that are there to motivate you and play games with, it's honestly a lot more fun. And it provides a lot more comedy, because I don't see myself as a very funny person. But I think my content is just generally a lot better when I'm with friends. The content I'd enjoy doing in the future is the content I'm currently doing, which is pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. Why do you only upload videos every Saturday? Now this is interesting. When I first started YouTube, I uploaded daily. My videos were daily videos. Eventually, that got really tiring of me, and I couldn't really, you know, do that anymore. So I decided to do it. You know what? How about every other day? I would make a video, skip a day, next day. That got a little bit too much, and eventually I started to shift the schedule a little bit. I took a break a few times, and then I decided on the schedule of 2 videos a week, Wednesday and Saturday. And that was fine for a little bit. Eventually, though, the videos just got too much. With the amount of effort I was putting into my videos, grew larger and larger. I was struggling even more to hit deadlines. So eventually I just said, screw it, 1 video a week, Saturday. And I picked Saturday because I thought it'd be just be a good day to post videos. Nothing in particular. I just thought it'd be a good day to post videos. At some points, I've even considered an upload once or twice a week. Which I hope I don't go that route, because once a week I think is fine. And I think everyone else thinks it's fine too. But while 1 video twice a week would give me a lot of time to edit videos and give me a hell of a lot more free time in the day to do, that means I'll also have to up the quality of my videos to like top-notch editing. Like good fucking editing. And stuff that I have to find worthy on my channel. Because currently, with 1 video a week, I have a little leg room. I have a little bit of leg room. If something doesn't really do particularly well, that's okay, because I get to try again the next week. If it's something, I can't really do that. The less often you upload, the higher quality your content has to warrant that time. So I kind of want to do that, and I think having 1 video per, week is good. What is my favorite movie? I'm sorry to say this, but I am not a moviegoer. Yeah, I don't watch a whole lot of movies. I used to back in the day. I used to watch a whole lot of movies, but now, currently, I don't. If it was my favorite movie, it'd have to be a movie from my childhood. Like early Pixar movies, or like just, I guess, I don't know, Disney never really appealed to me as a kid as much as Pixar did. Or like DreamWorks. Some of their older movies, I would consider up there. Monsters Inc. is probably a big one for my childhood, along with like Toy Story 2. Are like 2 top tier ones for me, personally. But I just don't watch movies a whole lot anymore, and again, that would be probably something from my childhood. Why did you become a furry, lol? I guess I didn't elaborate earlier. I guess earlier I elaborated how I became a furry, and I don't think I elaborated more on why I became a furry. Just, I don't know, man. Furries have always just been kind of appealing to me. Even when I mentioned earlier I was kind of an anti-fur in some regards. Furries, I'd still like. Any, like, anthro character in a game, I would probably pick, you know. Kind of like subtle furry hints, you know. I don't really know how that I really became a furry. I don't know what influences in my life led to it, but I'm glad it led to it anyway, because being a furry is probably one of the best decisions I've ever made, because I feel part of like a much greater community. For the most part, most of the furries I've met are really cool people, and a lot of them are really nice, and I would rather not be in any other community. And, you know, who doesn't want to be fluffy? Do you prefer tails or paws? That's a good question. That is a question that I personally have difficulty answering, and I've came to the decision that I prefer tails more. I'm sorry all the paw people out there, but tails wins by a slight margin. How much time does it take to make your videos? I've kind of already answered this in a previous question, but I guess I'll elaborate more on it. Typically my videos take around a full week to make. Typically. Now, some videos don't, like this video. Like this video probably won't take very long, considering it's just not gonna be a whole lot of fancy editing. It's just gonna be primarily me talking and you know, putting up the questions on screen. That's probably what it mostly is gonna be. Not gonna be super, you know, crazy edits. But typically most videos take around a week to make. Zelda videos typically take the longest to make, because I put a lot more effort into them than I do with other videos. Except for the first episode. The first episode of the Zelda ones, I actually edited all that in like 2 days. This weekend's video was originally supposed to be Spirit Temple. However, though, since I hit 2,000 subscribers, I decided to replace that video with this video. And next weekend will be Spirit Temple. Have you died in a car crash, and does Duddy like hugs? Well, if I died in a car crash, I probably wouldn't be here making this video right now. And to answer your second question, Dusty loves hugs. He not only likes hugs, he also likes giving hugs. What made you become a furry? Okay, I'm not answering this question again. What do you plan to do after your 18th birthday? 18, well, like, currently I'm 17. Next year I'll be 18, so, that's scary. Being 18 is gonna be a very scary transition. But, I don't know, I honestly, I think things are probably gonna remain the same for a while. I do have, you know, plans I want to do, you know, after I, you know, turn 18, but most of them aren't really immediate changes. Things are gonna be the same for a while, and then I'll slowly start making those changes. Though it's nothing that's going to affect my YouTube channel at all. Nothing that's gonna really affect it. Yeah. What is the meaning of life? Dusty. What is the weirdest thing you do when you're on autopilot mode? I talk to myself. I am a bad, very, very, very bad, like, self-talker. Like, I talk to myself a lot. I mean, technically, I'm talking to myself right now, but this is different because this is for a video. But sometimes I just, like, if I get in deep thought, I will just ramble to myself out loud. I've kind of had to stop doing it as of recent, because like, I used to do it out in public a lot and people would look at me weird. Now but sometimes I just can't control it. If I get like really deep in thought, sometimes I will go on like 30-minute rambles by myself, talking to no one, but just talking to myself. Like, when I said I have rambled to myself for like 30 minutes in the past before, I was not joking. There have been times where I have just like rambled to myself like 30 minutes, not doing anything else. And then once I acknowledge that I'm talking to myself, my reality snaps back to me, and I'm like, what am I doing? And then I go continue on with my day. What's my favorite flavor of ice cream? Mint chocolate all the way. I love mint chocolate so much. I haven't had mint chocolate in so long. I want mint chocolate ice cream right now. Give me some. Favorite game and why? Now my favorite game is definitely Earthbound. If you couldn't tell by the background and by the music that's currently playing, then my favorite game is Earthbound. But yeah, I played Earthbound around mid 2016. First played it. It took me really by surprise. I did not expect me to like that game that much. I beat it. I felt complete, and I've beaten the game like 4 more times since. So yeah, Earthbound is definitely my favorite game of all time. Mother 3 is definitely up there, but it's not my favorite. Earthbound only wins by the slightest margin because I played it first. And I feel like Earthbound had a greater impact on me than Mother 3 did. And that was all the questions that I had for my Discord server. I got a couple on other sites, such as my YouTube and my Twitter. How did you discover Changed? Now this is an interesting question. I discovered Changed all because of the YouTube algorithm. For some reason, for whatever reason, I got recommended a Changed video. At first, I was nearly close. I was close. In fact, no. I began another video. I skipped over it. I began another video. I started thinking about it. I went back and I watched it. Immediately, I'm hooked. I watched like all the transfers. I wanted to learn all the lore to the game. I decided to give it a shot myself, and I played it, and I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I discovered Changed primarily through the YouTube algorithm. First of all, congrats, and who was better, Lagoshi or Shiru? That is a very tricky question. Both of them have their strengths. Lagoshi and Shiru both have their strengths. However, I think Lagoshi wins by a slight margin. Slight margin. I don't know, I just like his personality and his like kind of introverted nature, because I find that very, very relatable. That was a lot of questions. That was more questions than I thought I would get, actually. But I'm really happy I could have answered them all. Now, if I skipped any of your questions that you guys posted, either it was already asked before, it was too personal, or it was just a too out there question for me to really answer. And if it was one of those, sorry, but kind of had to get to other questions. But that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this subscriber special. I'll be seeing you guys at 3,000 subscribers. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And good night, everybody.